of the world's most discussed region. The first qibla of Muslims. The holy city of three religions. The land of prophets, Jerusalem. According to the Jebusites, who settled in the city 3,000 years ago, it was called Yebus. According to the Jews, Yerushalayim. According to the Christians, Jerusalem. And according to the Muslims, it is Al-Quds. Yerushalayim and Yebus in Arabic mean Dar al-Salam, which translates to the place of peace. Jerusalem, which almost got destroyed twice, witnessed 23 occupations and 52 attacks. According to historical sources, the first inhabitants were pagan nomadic tribes. The name Al-Quds began to be used during the Abbasid era. It is said that the name derives from Beit al-Maqdis. In 1000 BC, Prophet David united 12 Jewish tribes and established a state in Jerusalem. In 967 BC, his son, Prophet Solomon, spent 7 years building Beit al-Maqdis, the temple. In 586 BC, Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar II conquered Jerusalem, destroyed Solomon's temple, and exiled the Jews. "70 years later, Persian king Cyrus the Great conquered Babylon and allowed the Jews to return to Jerusalem. In the 300s BC, Jerusalem fell under the influence of Hellenism when the Macedonian Alexander the Great built a temple of Zeus on the site of the temple. In 63 BC, the city fell under Roman domination. Between 20 BC and 4 AD, Herod, the Roman governor of Jerusalem, built the Second Temple, also known as Herod's Temple. In 70 AD, Roman Emperor Titus destroyed the temple and left Jerusalem in ruins. Today, the only remaining part of that temple is the Western Wall, which Muslims call the Buraq Wall, and Jews refer to as the Wailing Wall. Jerusalem's darkest period coincides with the reign of Roman Emperor Hadrian, who filled the temple courtyard with statues of gods and goddesses from Roman Greek mythology, thus ushering in a period of paganism in Jerusalem. During Hadrian's time, the city was renamed Aelia Capitolina. Aelia honored the Emperor Hadrian's family, and Capitolina referred to the hill where the statues were located. Jews were only allowed to enter the city once a year, and this ban lasted for many years. In the 4th century, after the Byzantine Empire adopted Christianity, Empress Helena, the mother of Emperor Constantine, went on a pilgrimage to Jerusalem. She discovered sites connected to Jesus Christ and started restoration works. During this time, the region was under the control of Christian Byzantium. The Garden of Gethsemane, where Christian and Muslim historians disagree, is where Jesus met with his disciples for the last time, and it houses 2,000-year-old olive trees. The city was still called Aelia Capitolina. During the period of Christian rule, after years of Roman-Persian-Byzantine wars, when Caliph Umar conquered Jerusalem in 638 AD, the agreement he signed referred to the city as Aelia. He received the keys to the city from Patriarch Sophronius. and thus began the Islamic period in Jerusalem. Jerusalem was accepted as the first qibla of Muslims, but 16 months later, Mecca was chosen as the qibla. It is also the city where Prophet Muhammad ascended to the heavens. The Mount of Olives, mentioned in the 95th chapter of the Quran, Surah At-Tin, is located in Jerusalem. During the Umayyad period, the Dome of the Rock and Al-Aqsa Mosque were built on the Temple Mount. Then began the Abbasid period, and during those years, Jerusalem changed hands several times. In 1077, the Seljuks of Syria declared Jerusalem as their capital. For the first time in history, a Turkish state made Jerusalem its capital. In 1098, when the Fatimids captured Jerusalem, divisions and sectarian conflicts were rising in the Islamic world, which made way for the Crusaders to conquer Jerusalem. A year later, the city fell to the Crusaders, who massacred 150,000 Muslims and Jews and entered the city. They walked around the courtyard of Al-Aqsa Mosque, knee-deep in blood. In 1187, Saladin put an end to the Crusaders' occupation, allowing Muslims and Jews to return to the city. In 1260, the Mamluks emerged on the scene. In 1517, the Ottoman army conquered the city, and for 400 years the Ottoman Empire ensured peace and security in this land. During the reign of Sultan Suleiman, new city walls were built on the remnants of the walls that once surrounded Jerusalem. In the Jewish quarter, the ruined synagogue, a place of worship whose construction began in the 1700s, took a century to complete, but was never finished. Sultan Mahmud II sent his royal architect to complete the synagogue, which was finished in the style of Ottoman architecture. The famous Church of the Holy Sepulchre is located in the Christian quarter. In 1917, during World War I, the British captured Palestine and Jerusalem. In 1947, a UN resolution mandated that two states should be established on Palestinian territory. But the Arab-Israeli conflict that erupted a year later overturned these plans. In the Six-Day War of 1967, East Jerusalem fell under Israeli control. In 1980, Israel declared Jerusalem its undivided capital and granted citizenship to the Arabs living in the city. Palestinian Arabs see East Jerusalem as the capital of their future state. Now has a population of around 900,000. Over 200,000 Muslims live in the eastern part of Jerusalem, while 600,000 Jews reside in the west. There are also representatives of different religions and nationalities. There used to be a Moroccan quarter in the city as well. Following Israel's Operation Swords of Iron in Gaza, tensions flared between Arabs and Israeli police in Jerusalem after Friday prayers. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.